on a hot summer-feeling night at Elliott Ballpark in Storrs, Connecticut. It's game 2 of a weekend series to close out the regular season. Memorial Day is next week, and that means so is tournament baseball. For the Maine Black Bears out of the American East and the UConn Huskies getting ready for the Big East tournament. Good evening, everybody, with Chris Jones, Randy Brochu. As always, so happy to be with you tonight across UConn Plus online and across the state of Connecticut on television on the wax. One more night under the lights at Elliott Ballpark. And last night, Jonesy, UConn put up 13. They bounced back quite nicely from the loss against Northeastern with a patient approach and put themselves in position to do damage.
Yeah, and they scored quickly, 2-5 in the first, and then 3 more in the second as Tyler Minnick, his 19th home run of the year, capping the scoring as the Huskies, their 19th double-digit run game this year as Sam Biller hits his 13th home run of the year. UConn just continued to add on as they collect their 34th win of the year.
And getting ready for the Big East tournament beginning on Wednesday. Maine, which will host the American East tournament, also tuning up for the postseason. Starting pitchers tonight, Tommy Ellison gets the ball for UConn, making his 15th appearance of the year. He's 5-3. Posed by redshirt junior Colin Fitzgerald, 5-5 on the year with a 5.36 earned run average. UConn with 34 wins against 19 losses. Maine now 20-28. In conference play, they're 13-11, but they've lost 5 of 6 in the American East, and it's a great opportunity for them to get right for the American East tournament. UConn with 13 runs last night, a patient approach. They walked a bunch, and that put them in position to force pitches in the zone. Tyler Minnick with his 19th home run of the season, and it's Sam Biller with 13 home runs now, tagging a solo shot in the late innings. UConn and the Blues tonight, here for game 2 of a series. One more night under the lights before Senior Day tomorrow to close out the regular season. Tommy Ellison and the Huskies take the field, and we're just about set for baseball. The first pitch and the starting lineups from Elliott Ballpark between Maine and UConn are coming up next.
I was driving to visit my friends, had my dog Max with me, then out of nowhere, Alex from Travelers called me about my claim, but all I could think about was finding Max. So he helped get the word out.
We've got a lost dog alert. A brown and white Australian Shepherd mix. He goes by Max.
Hey!
I can't thank Alex enough.
Power Station Events is the official production and entertainment partner of the UConn Huskies. Looking to plan a virtual or live event? Our team of experts can do it all. You can host your virtual event in our state-of-the-art studio, or we can come to you. And if you're planning your next live event, we have everything you need. From audio and video production to DJs and musicians, lighting and staging, photography and videography, decor and florals, and so much more. Whether it's virtual or live, start planning your next event with us. Go to powerstationevents.com.
Create a new outdoor living lifestyle with E.A. Quinn's innovative team of designers and skilled craftsmen. We build exceptional outdoor spaces and provide a seamless experience in exterior design. Visit eaquinn.com for more information.
We're ready for baseball on a hot and humid Friday night in Storrs, Connecticut. Humidity up, 74 degrees at game time. A little bit overcast, but mostly blue skies on this Friday evening between UConn and Maine. In the middle game of a 3-game set to close out the regular season. Maine Black Bears 20-28 overall, just 12-22 away from Orono. UConn with another outstanding record here at home, 15-3 at Elliott Ballpark this season. The Maine Black Bears will see Chris Bear lead off at shortstop. Then it's Brody Rasmussen, the center fielder. Dean O'Neill bats third and catches. Drew Reynolds is the cleanup hitter at first. Connecticut's own Evan Menzel from Coventry had a great night last night as the third baseman hitting fifth. Aiden Barty's in left field batting sixth. Then Miles Sargent at second base. Damon Gaither is the DH hitting 8th, and Zach Martin bats 9th in right field against the right-hander from Wisconsin, Tommy Ellison.
As Ellison this year making his 13th start, 5-3 with a 7.23 earned run average, 56 innings pitched, 71 hits. He's walked 30, struck out 54, as opponents hitting 298 against him. But he has been good in terms of length of late, working into the 6th inning and 3 of his last 4 starts. So hopefully he can eat up some innings again tonight.
He earned the win, his 5th of the year last time out against Butler, with his 6 2/3 innings, scattering 4 hits and just 3 earned runs to go along with 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. And Ellison, who's been the number 2 starter in these 3-game weekend series, expected to go a little longer than last night's starter Oliver Pudvar, who was on a pitch limit and limited to 3 innings. Defensively for UConn, 52 errors in 53 games. Sam Biller in left, Caleb Spur in center, Aiden Doherty in right. Around the horn, it's Brian Padilla, Rob Rispoli, Ryan Daniels, and Tyler Minnick. And Matt Garbowski is behind the plate catching Ellison.
Typically, fastball slider repertoire for Ellison. Also mixing a changeup every so often. When he's been good this year, it's when he's been able to locate that slider.
Chris Bear leads it off and takes a hack at the first pitch of the ball game, fouling a 91-mile-an-hour fastball straight back. And we're underway. Feels like summer, and that's because it is right around the corner. A slider drops in for Ellison for strike 2. 0-2 very quickly.
Yeah, another muggy night, another night. The wind isn't doing too much here to start the ball game.
Bear went 1 for 4 last night, and he lays off a slider low and away. From West Roxbury, Massachusetts, he went to the sports powerhouse that is Catholic Memorial. The 1-2. He struck him out. Ellison throws him another slider, and he breaks off a good one to whiff Bear.
Yeah, he tripled up on that pitch. The 0-1, the 0-2, and the 1-2. First strikeout of the night for Tommy. Good spot on that outer half as well.
Now Brody Rasmussen, the center fielder, hitting .307 this year with 7 homers and 31 RBIs. He takes a low fastball for ball 1. Rasmussen coming to Orono, Maine from Boise, Idaho. Went 0 for 4 last night, and he stings a base hit in the left center field. This is going to scoot up the alley and all the way to the wall. Rasmussen digs for 2. He rounds the bag. Spur throws in. The relay from Rispoli to third is not in time. And it's a triple for Brody Rasmussen.
Good wheels from Rasmussen. He got a little bit of help. The ball gets stuck out in that fence out there near the bullpen, so Spur, it does not ricochet back to him. He has to race to go get it, and that allows for Rasmussen to get in easy to third. I think he probably gets there anyway, but made it a little bit easier for him as he collects that second triple of the year.
That ball getting wedged there certainly aided it, but he was thinking 3 out of the box once it got up the gap. Now Dean O'Neill, the catcher. UConn plays the infield back, and Ellison throws a front door slider for strike 1. O'Neill's at .274 on the year, 7 homers, 30 runs batted in. Looking to deliver Rasmussen at third base. Ellison's pitch, bounce back to the mound. He looks the runner back at third and throws on at first. O'Neill is out. Ellison handles the comebacker and handling a little early adversity by making a pitch to get an out on O'Neill with a runner at third and less than 2 outs.
This is so well done by Tommy. He's calm here. He looks him back, makes sure his momentum's taking him back to third base before he tosses over at first. Didn't risk a throw to third. Didn't try and do too much.
He now works to the cleanup man, Drew Reynolds. .290 on the year, 4 homers, 34 runs batted in. Ball 1 down and in. He misses outside with a changeup, and it's 2-0. Reynolds, a West Coaster from the state of Washington. He gets buzzed up and in, 3-0. Well, we talk about this weekend in non-conference play being all about getting yourself ready for the tournament. Ellison now has a chance to try to pitch out of a jam with a runner on third. And the 3-0's right in there, so now it's 3-1. With Evan Menzel lurking on deck, who was terrific last night. Ellison's 3-1. Crushed deep to right field down the line and hooking foul. Just a long strike 2 to run the count full.
Out in front of that 91-mile-an-hour fastball.
Full count. Runner on third. Ellison trying to strand the runner. And the 3-2 is yanked foul. It's a bit of a buzz in the ballpark. A pretty nice crowd here for an early Friday evening starting to settle in. Of course, senior day tomorrow. A 1 o'clock start for the finale of this series and the last game of the regular season. The 3-2 is a nasty breaking ball and a swinging strike 3. Garbowski completes the play by blocking it and firing the first. And Ellison pitches around a 1-out triple and finishes the first with 2 strikeouts. UConn's coming up against Colin Fitzgerald as we go to the bottom half of the first.
We are your voice. We are your helping hand. We are the Hometown Foundation. We speak up for animals who have been neglected. We support those who keep communities safe. We shatter stereotypes for the disabled. We instill hope in those battling life-threatening illnesses. We honor and remember our veterans. The Hometown Foundation, in the community, for the community.
UConn gets set to hit for the first time tonight. The lineup that put up 13 more runs last night and is now hitting .312 as a team with 468 runs in 53 games. Rob Rispoli sets the tone as the shortstop. Caleb Spur bats second and center. Ryan Daniels hitting third at second base. Tyler Minnick cleans up at first. Sam Billers in left hitting fifth. Aiden Doherty, the right fielder, batting sixth. Then Grant MacArthur, the DH, batting seventh. Matt Garbowski hits eighth. He's behind the plate tonight. Brian Padilla bats ninth and third against Colin Fitzgerald. 5-5 on the year.
5-5. He leads their team with 84 innings pitched. He's got a complete game and 13 starts. 5.36 earned run average. He's allowed 95 hits in those 84 innings, as he's given up 54 runs. 50 of those earned. He's walked 29, struck out 75. Opponents hitting .292 against the right-hander.
Here's Rispoli, hitting .326 this year. 4 home runs, 25 runs batted in. Ball one. Rispoli was on base a couple of times last night with a walk and hit by a pitch. He takes a strike on the outside corner. He also drove in a run and scored a run. Collected an RBI on a fielder's choice, part of a 4-run seventh. He bunts, and it's slowly between the plate and the mound. The pitcher Fitzgerald fields it and throws it away. It bounces off the brick wall and is backed up by the right fielder Martin. And Rispoli is aboard. It will be a hit and an error. A hit on the bunt that he likely would have beaten out. Fitzgerald throws wildly to commit the error, allowing him to advance in a scoring position.
Just put it into no man's land between catcher and pitcher, and then throw going up that first base line. Just like that, Huskies have a runner in scoring position.
Now Caleb Spur hitting .347, 4 homers, 33 runs batted in. He takes ball one high. What a nice season he's having. Of course, a record-setting season on the bases, breaking the all-time UConn single season record up to 42 stolen bases now. Also 61 runs scored and 74 hits. Inside ball 2. His 74 hits leads the team. Sitting on a 2-0 pitch. He jumps on it and lines it to left, but it hangs up for Barty, who makes the catch. Spur hit it too hard on a 2-0 fastball.
Yeah, just unfortunate there. That was a bullet, but right at the left fielder. Good swing there from Spur. Nothing you can do about this one. Good contact there. That's one of those that you make up for at some point. It's almost like the chopper he had for a base hit in the first inning against Northeastern evens out with the bullet to left field.
And that's baseball. It does even itself out. He's got a lot of hits this year on well-placed ground balls or Baltimore chops. Ryan Daniels takes a hack and a miss, having an All-American quite caliber year. 367, 15 home runs, 66 runs batted in for Daniels, a native of Meriden, Connecticut. An RBI, 2 more runs scored yesterday. He waves and misses. Had a pitch diving down and out of the zone. Quickly 0-2 on Daniels. The only thing about Spur hitting that ball so hard, he pulled it and couldn't advance Rispoli to third with less than 2 outs. The 0-2 just missed. Backdoor curveball. 1-2. Fitzgerald from Lidditz, Pennsylvania. Rispoli takes off for third. Daniels swings and misses. That's not a foul tip. O'Neill just didn't catch it clean. Strike 3, but a stolen base for Rispoli.
Stolen base, number 18 on the year for Robbie. Got a really good jump here. Would have been interesting to see how close that play at third would have been if he held on to it.
So Tyler Minnick will look to deliver him. He had his 19th home run of the season yesterday. Minnick up to 362 with 64 runs batted in. And he pulls off. Pitch on the outer half for strike 1.
It's one of those instances. Hey, 2-out hit, cash in a run with 2. Things that you're working on.
Grounded towards the hole, a sliding stop by Bear. Long throw to first, not in time. An infield hit and an RBI for Tyler Minnick to score Rob Rispoli. 1-0 UConn. Minnick's 65th run batted in this season.
Perfectly placed in the hole between short and third, able to play to run, and the Huskies on the board here in the first.
With that infield hit, Minnick now extends his on-base streak to 23 games. And that brings up Sam Biller, who blasted his 13th home run last night. Up to 303 on the year and 58 RBI. Ball 1 low and in.
And again, this is a series that both teams are working on things. You love to see that with Minnick. 2 outs, opportunity for Maine to get out of the inning with a 0, and Minnick able to drive in another run.
Could be a chance to go here for Minnick, who has 15 stolen bases this year, and he was on the move. But Biller goes after it and fouls it off. And he had a great jump. Biller lets that one go by. He'd have had a shot with a runner in scoring position.
Though the way Biller's been swinging it, everyone's been in scoring position for him. But yes, I agree. You take that pitch and you have a runner at second.
Biller, a transfer from Loyola Marymount. That curveball drops in from Fitzgerald for strike 2. Fitzgerald with a team best 84 innings after missing all of last year when he redshirted with an injury. He started 15 games in 2023. Minnick's on the move again, and it's fouled away. Last time out against Binghamton, Fitzgerald went 6 2/3. That was after going 7 1/3 against Bryant, so he's worked deep into his last 2 starts. Against Binghamton, 8 hits, 4 earned runs with just 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. The 1-2, low. He was certainly a bright spot against Bryant when Maine was swept in an America East series a couple of weekends ago, going 7 1/3 against the Bulldogs, giving up 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. He has 2 10-strikeout games to his credit this year against UMBC and NJIT. So he can miss some bats. The count 2 balls and 2 strikes on Biller. And he swings and misses. Second strikeout of the inning for Colin Fitzgerald. UConn gets the game's first run. An RBI infield hit for Tyler Minnick gives the Huskies a 1-0 lead through 1 tonight in Stores.
Power Station Events is the official production and entertainment partner of the UConn Huskies. Looking to plan a virtual or live event? Our team of experts can do it all. You can host your virtual event in our state-of-the-art studio, or we can come to you. And if you're planning your next live event, we have everything you need. From audio and video production to DJs and musicians, lighting and staging, photography and videography, decor and florals, and so much more. Whether it's virtual or live, start planning your next event with us. Go to powerstationevents.com.
Create a new outdoor living lifestyle with EA Quinn's innovative team of designers and skilled craftsmen. We build exceptional outdoor spaces and provide a seamless experience in exterior design. Visit eaquinn.com for more information.
UConn leads 1-0. Evan Menzel gets set to hit here in his homecoming this weekend from Coventry, Connecticut. The star at Coventry High School. Just a short drive from here in Stores. And he had a great night last night in returning home to Connecticut. A couple of extra base hits, including this home run blasted in the 6th inning. Finished 2 for 4 with a couple of runs batted in and 2 runs scored. Menzel now up to 4 home runs on the year. He leads off against Tommy Ellison. He takes a high fastball for ball 1. He helped lead Coventry High School to a state championship. He was All-State here in Connecticut twice. And All-Conference 3 times. Playing third base here for Maine, but was a high school shortstop. His senior year, he hit .430. The 1-1 just missed from Ellison. 2-1 on Menzel. Sounds like a "Let's Go Evan" chant. And he drives it out to deep left. Biller on the run makes the over-the-shoulder catch. Terrific play by Biller, with Menzel putting a charge in it. When that ball comes off the left-handed swing, there's tail on it, right over his head, and he played it beautifully with an over-the-shoulder snag.
He has improved immensely since the start of this year. He's gone from an average left fielder to an above average left fielder with the way that he has played that position. His defensive runs saved have improved exponentially as this season has gone on. And that was the thing too. He wasn't the left fielder day one. He was, all right, some reps in right, some reps in left, and it's total difference when you're locked in on just one position as opposed to getting reads off the bat and right, getting reads off the bat and left.
Obviously, it's mostly UConn fans here tonight, but a lot of fans of the young man from Coventry. They had the "Let's Go Evan" chant.
I think the whole Coventry high school baseball team is here. They got their baseball caps on.
The 1-2, Barty swings and misses. Third strikeout for Ellison. That's so cool. Come to see one of their own play at the Division I level. Guy who extends his playing career into the college level. Up for a strong Maine program, always. We talked about them last night and some of the great names that have come through the Maine Black Bears baseball program, including longtime Major League infielder Mike Bordick and Jeremy Pena, the World Series MVP for the Astros in 2022, also the ALCS MVP that year. Miles Sargent lifts it to deep center field. Spur on his horse, back and looking up, and he plays it off the wall. Sargent cruises in a second with a stand-up double, and Maine has a runner in scoring position with 2 outs.
He is such a good hitter, and they kind of hide him down there in the 7th slot in the order, as he's hitting .340. That's his 12th double of the year, second on the team in that category.
Now, we've become so accustomed to seeing Caleb Spur make great catches, one of the top defensive outfielders in college baseball as far as defensive runs saved. If we're nitpicking, he turned the wrong way on that fly ball. Not saying he would have made the catch, but if he turns the right way, we've seen him crash into the wall and take extra base hits away, but that time broke to his left when the ball was hit to his right. Damon Gaither swings and misses. He's hitting .289 with 5 homers and 22 runs batted in. Looking to tie it up here for Maine. So once again, Ellison, just like in the first inning, has to pitch around a runner in scoring position to try to keep Maine off the board. Against the dude up at the plate, 6'6", 245 from Olympia, Washington. Looking like Mount Rainier at the plate. That's the capital. You know I love to get all my little fun facts in about one of my favorite states. The 1-2, fouled off.
That was a hanger. Tommy fortunate to get away with that pitch. It was in enough where able to get the foul back, but that one was hanging in the zone. See if he can snap off a good one here. Try and notch his 4th strikeout of the night.
The 1-2, spoiled again, foul. Okay, the race is on for the foul ball. That is got to be the largest crowd we've seen on the hill this year.
Last night, not a ton of competition. Tonight, you got to earn it.
That's awesome. The 1-2, fouled off. Garbowski has to hop around. He got that foul ball, looked like off the leg. I say it all the time, and I know you do too. This is such a great atmosphere to bring a kid so they can run around and play catch while watching some really good college baseball.
I want to bring up a point, but there's 2 outs and 2 strikes, so maybe after this pitch.
Maybe after this break. The 1-2 is a swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts for Ellison. And for the 2nd straight inning, he wins a battle to strand a runner in scoring position with a punch out. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. Chris Jones will bring up his point. I can hardly wait. 1-0 UConn leads Maine.
Power Station Events is the official production and entertainment partner of the UConn Huskies. Looking to plan a virtual or live event? Our team of experts can do it all. You can host your virtual event in our state-of-the-art studio, or we can come to you. And if you're planning your next live event, we have everything you need. From audio and video production to DJs and musicians, lighting and staging, photography and videography, decor and florals, and so much more. Whether it's virtual or live, start planning your next event with us. Go to powerstationevents.com.
Create a new outdoor living lifestyle with EA Quinn's innovative team of designers and skilled craftsmen. We build exceptional outdoor spaces and provide a seamless experience in exterior design. Visit eaquinn.com for more information.
We welcome you back to Friday Night Baseball at Elliott Ballpark. UConn leading 1-0. Nice crowd again on hand with the kids on the hill.
No, I was just my point when we were talking about the kids and just a great environment. Coach Penders brought up a really cool story from last weekend. So the kids are roaming around out there and they're playing I don't know, some sort of game of tag or pegging and trying to, playing their own game, not even paying attention to the game on hand. So Aiden Doherty digs in. And then all of a sudden, Ed Wyant says, now batting number 7, Ryan Daniels. And the kids dropped what they were doing and sprinted out to right field because they wanted to get a Ryan Daniels home run ball. So it was just one of those things with a Connecticut kid, Ryan Daniels. All these kids looking up to him. They want to get a home run ball from him. You could get a million foul balls down there in the right field line, but they wanted to be the kid that got the Ryan Daniels home run ball. So that's just a really cool instance.
Doherty chops it to third. On the in-between hop, Menzel makes a nice play and throws him out. And we also just saw the high school players from Coventry who a few years ago when this ballpark opened up might have been those kids out on the hill. And Menzel, who just made that play, he's one of those kids too from Coventry who has graduated from perhaps running around, playing catch with his friends, to making a play on the field here as a Division I college baseball player. Grant MacArthur takes up and in. You get nostalgic in the last regular season game of the year coming up tomorrow on Senior Day. This runs inside and hits MacArthur. So UConn has a one-out runner. Their DH aboard. Grant MacArthur hit by a pitch for the 13th time this year. That's the one you want to get hit on. Like he's getting paged in the 1990s. Hit me on the hip with a curveball. It's a little bit before your time, Jones.
Yes.
That's what we used to say when, had to page your friend. Hit me on the hip.
I'm drawing a blank of the game that I'm trying to think of the kids were playing out there, where you have the two bases.
Pickle?
Pickle, yes. With the guy in the middle,
Yeah.
and you're running back and forth. You don't want to get pegged.
Play that all day. 1-0 on Matt Garbowski, another Connecticut kid, of course. And a veteran here for UConn. 2-0 on Garbo. A senior from New Fairfield, Connecticut, out of New Fairfield High School. He takes a strike. Connor Lane, very much the future behind the plate from Old Saybrook, got the start last night, but it's Garbowski tonight, and I would have to imagine tomorrow on Senior Day as well. 2-1, good hit and run count. MacArthur bluffs, and Garbowski drills it into the right field corner. MacArthur on his horse, chugging to third as the ball rattles around, and he will stop there. Coach Penders throws up the stop sign. Garbowski in a second with a double, and there are two in scoring position for the Huskies.
Yeah, Garbo stays hot. He's coming along here of late. As you mentioned, he's only getting one start a weekend, but we saw a home run last week, and now he has another extra base hit, a double, his third of the year.
How much did you want to see MacArthur go first?
I really wanted to see it. Coach had him going at first, but with one out, they weren't going to risk it. And it sets up for a situation like this, a guy you want to see drive in some runs, Brian Padilla. See if he can drive in some runs right here.
Hitting .254, 5 home runs. And he lifts a fly ball, not very deep, shallow left center field. Barty coming in, and he makes a basket catch. The runners cannot advance because it was hit too shallow. Padilla caught it towards the end of the bat. Barty made a pretty nice play, charging in for the basket grab.
Yeah, attacking that first pitch, and Bry just couldn't get it deep enough. And Grant just doesn't have the speed, so he took a couple hops off the bag. He wasn't going to be able to tag, so he wanted to make sure he could score if that was able to drop in. But a nice job by Barty to close in on that.
Rob Rispoli chops the first pitch right to the shortstop. Chris Bear throws him out, and UConn strands an opportunity. They had two in scoring position with one out, and they do not score. Two complete in Stores. 1-0, UConn leads Maine.
We are your voice. We are your helping hand. We are the Hometown Foundation. We speak up for animals who have been neglected. We support those who keep communities safe. We shatter stereotypes for the disabled. We instill hope in those battling life-threatening illnesses. We honor and remember our veterans. The Hometown Foundation, in the community, for the community.
Tommy Ellison to the mound for the third inning with a 1-0 lead. UConn was looking for more. Second and third, 1 out, and they can't get the situational hitting. Padilla flies out shallow to left field, and Rispoli goes after a first pitch, bounces it to shortstop. Situational hitting is going to be so important on Wednesday when the Big East tournament begins. You want to get these kind of innings out of your system now and deliver runs. When you have a chance, second and third, nobody out come tournament time, you got to get the run in.
Yeah, we saw it last night. You know, UConn didn't tear the cover off the ball, but they had those RBI fielder's choice, RBI ground outs, sac flies that they were able to grab runs in. You just would have liked maybe some more discipline at bats, maybe take a couple pitches, but Padilla and Rob thought the first pitch they saw was going to be the best one they had. Unfortunately, just a shallow fly ball and a ground out to short. The Huskies come away with nothing in the second.
Zach Martin goes after the first one and fouls it off. The Huskies had such a good approach last night with all the walks. And yes, that's on Maine pitching, but you have to credit the UConn hitters last night for laying off some close pitches, being disciplined and working the counts into their favor so that they could hit the ball hard, string together some base runners, and produce runs that way. Martin grounds it to the first baseman, Minnick, who takes it to the bag himself, 1 down. Tyler Minnick making the shift across the diamond this year. Third to first, and he's looked really comfortable over at first base most of the season since he had to make that move with Maddox to Lena going down. Chris Bear, the leadoff hitter for Maine, hitting with 1 out and nobody on, takes a breaking ball for a strike. He bounces it the other way. Hit hard on 2 hops to Minnick, who handles that one. 2 ground balls to Minnick, 2 outs. So Ellison will look for his first clean inning. He's stranded a runner in scoring position twice so far. Brody Rasmussen tripled.
Minnick still shy of evened up. 26 games at third base. He's now been 17 games at first. And DH-wise, 7 games at DH.
After getting ahead, Ellison just missed the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rasmussen hit his triple into left center field. It scooted up the alley. On a 2-0 pitch, he threw him a slider and almost hit him. 3-0.
It's been so important for Ty to make that switch over to first base as it allows Padilla to go to third for his defense. You get Doherty playing right field. As you know, there's a point there where Grant was playing first every day that they had Daniels out in right, and I think, you know, it kind of hid Aiden Doherty on the bench, and we've seen what his bat has been doing. Hitting, what, 336 coming into today's game.
2-2 on Rasmussen. And he yanks it down the left field line. A fair ball just inside the chalk and bouncing out of play for a ground rule double. So it won't be a clean inning for Tommy Ellison. He once again will try to strand a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and that guy's had his number. Rasmussen, a triple and a double now, as this is just a rocket. Left a 2-strike pitch up in the zone. Nicely done. Able to keep it fair down that left field line.
And once again, Ellison gets the experience here, getting ready to get the ball in the Big East tournament of a leverage spot with the number 3 hitter up, Dean O'Neill. He got O'Neill on a comebacker with Rasmussen at third back in the first. He executed a pitch and made a play defensively to look him back before striking out Reynolds. Ball's behind in the count, 1-0. O'Neill looking to tie it with a base hit, and he swings and it's a fly ball to right. Doherty is there. And for the third straight inning, Tommy Ellison strands a runner in scoring position. O'Neill out on the fly ball to Doherty. 2.5 in the books, 1-0. UConn leads Maine.
Power Station Events is the official production and entertainment partner of the UConn Huskies. Looking to plan a virtual or live event? Our team of experts can do it all. You can host your virtual event in our state-of-the-art studio, or we can come to you. And if you're planning your next live event, we have everything you need. From audio and video production to DJs and musicians, lighting and staging, photography and videography, decor and florals, and so much more. Whether it's virtual or live, start planning your next event with us. Go to powerstationevents.com.
Create a new outdoor living lifestyle with EA Quinn's innovative team of designers and skilled craftsmen. We build exceptional outdoor spaces and provide a seamless experience in exterior design. Visit eaquinn.com for more information.
UConn and Maine meeting on the diamond this weekend here in Stores. Of course, the Black Bears and the Huskies are league opponents in Hockey East. And UConn and Maine match up a lot in non-conference play and many of the other sports. Maine's also a perennial power in FCS football in the Colonial. UConn beat Maine in a memorable game on the ice in men's hockey this year. Jake Richard scoring in overtime. Maine hockey, though, had a great year. They won the Hockey East Championship against UConn up at TD Garden in Boston.
This series going all the way back to 1924, as UConn 65-51 all-time against the Black Bears. I believe Maine was part of the Yankee Conference when UConn was in that conference prior to the Big East, so they played a bunch. So look through the year-by-years, the 40s, the 50s, into the 60s.
Caleb Spur takes a strike on the outside corner. Now, Sacred Heart and Merrimack have sort of brought back a little ode to the Yankee Conference. They both are independents in FCS, so they play each other at the end of the year in the final game, what they call the Yankee Conference Championship. Spur takes up and in, 2-1.
Wouldn't it be great if conference realignment eventually went back to that, where all the teams in New England were in the same league, or at least the Northeast?
Jonesy, I think you are not alone in that thought. Spur fouls it off. There's chatter about...
I mean, how great of a baseball conference do you have? BC, Northeastern, UConn, Maine, Stony Brook, Binghamton, just, you know, Sacred Heart, Quinnipiac. That'd be a lot of fun. And hey, a new addition coming next year. The University of New Haven is coming to D1, and Huskies are working on potentially getting them on the schedule.
Charged up.
All charged up.
All charged up. The Chargers are heading to the Northeast Conference. 2-2 is off the plate. After Hartford went from Division I to Division III, the University of New Haven now making the jump to Division I. So there will once again be, is it 6 Division I programs? Bounced up the middle in an easy infield hit for Spur. No chance for the second baseman, Sargent. And Spur with 42 stolen bases on the year is aboard to lead it off. Remember that line drive he hit at the left fielder?
Thinking the same thing, Randy.
Game of baseball evens it out. Isn't that just baseball, Jonesy?
All right, so I got Sacred Heart, CCSU, UConn, Yale, Quinnipiac.
Fairfield.
And Fairfield. And New Haven joining that group. We missing anybody? I hope not. I think we got everybody.
You got CCSU?
Yes.
CCSU having another great year in baseball.
Fairfield's having another good year.
Sacred Heart and Quinnipiac meeting up this weekend in MAC play to close out the regular season in baseball. Daniels rips it into the right field corner. Spur, he's going to score easily. Daniels cruises for second. Coach Penders waves him. On his way to third, and he's got an RBI triple. 2-0 UConn.
You just see the difference of the speed of Spur and the speed of MacArthur as Caleb scores easily on this bullet triple down the right field line, and Daniels can run as well as he collects his team-leading 4th triple and also adds to his team lead with 67 runs batted in.
It really is uncanny. The line drive by Garbowski into the right field corner, almost identical to that line drive by Ryan Daniels. And it's a different story. It's an RBI triple for Daniels to score Spur from first. Tyler Minnick bounces it towards the middle. The infield in for Maine, and it pays off. Shortstop Bear looks Daniels back to third and completes the play by throwing Minnick out.
Now, Minnick's a little bit different than the Padilla-Rispoli situation because he loves to swing at the first pitch. So that's one of those that you don't want to take a guy out of what he usually does. You know, we just talked last inning of, runners in scoring position, work a count, get your pitch. Well, Ty loves to swing at that first pitch. As many times as he's grounded out with a runner at third, he's also launched one on the first pitch. So don't want to take him out of his identity.
The infield still in for Sam Biller. Looking to deliver Daniels, and he takes a curve for a strike. Yeah, Minnick's the cleanup man. If he's got a pitch to his liking, you have no problem with him being aggressive early in the count. Biller will look to knock it through the drawn and infield or lift it deep to the outfield. The count now 1-1 on a high fastball. That RBI for Daniels puts him at 67 runs batted in this year. 1-1 on Biller. And he drives it out to center field, deep enough to score the run. Rasmussen makes the catch, and Daniels tags for third. Sac fly for Biller, and his 59th RBI this year. 2 runs in the inning for the Huskies, now leading 3-0.
Randy, we always talk about the home runs and the RBIs for Ryan Daniels, but how about the runs scored? I know you mentioned it a bunch, but now 64 runs scored for Daniels. What's the name of the game in baseball? To score runs. And he's driven in the most, and he's scored the most in this Connecticut lineup.
Aiden Doherty waves at a curveball. You and I both respect analytics and understand that it helps you tell the game within the game, but the simple number is scoring more runs than the other team, and Ryan Daniels has produced more than anybody in that category, helping UConn to 34 wins this year. 0-2 on Doherty. Fitzgerald climbs the ladder with heat, ball 1. The 1-2 from Fitzgerald. Bounced into the hole and a base hit. Aiden Doherty with a 2-out hit to keep the inning going. And he'll give Grant MacArthur a chance.
I love Evan Menzel. He has been a joy to watch. This is what I like. Sell out for your pitcher. go full sprawl, try to get to it. He's just a gamer out there. And Aiden just keeps getting hits as he shoots a base hit in the left. Don't you love that if you're a pitcher? Like, all right, you have no chance to get that, but you're still going to give it the courtesy dive.
He did make a really good play on the hot corner yesterday. MacArthur shoots a base hit in a right field. You love Menzel's effort. And you also, on the other side, love UConn's fight with 2 outs. A little 2-out magic here. Back-to-back singles by Doherty, and MacArthur gives Garbowski a chance.
We'll see if that base hit puts Grant over 300 after he was hit by a pitch in the first. And now a visit to the mound.
UConn up to 7 hits already.
Really the first adversity here for Fitzgerald this frame. Really that first inning, he got put in a tough spot because of his throwing error that put Rispoli immediately at second base. And then the run he gives up is on a 2-out infield single. But now UConn's starting to get some hits. We've got 4 this frame. Spurs started off single up the middle, then the triple for Daniels, and now some 2-out base hits between Doherty and MacArthur.
Yeah, last night UConn scored 13 runs, only on 8 hits. And they already have 7 in this game with 2 outs in the third.
Yeah, you know, going back home and looking at the box score, only 1 Husky had a multi-hit game. That was Grant with 2 hits. So it wasn't as if, you know, during this stretch where UConn has been putting up double-digit runs and they've been totaling 15 to 20 hits, it seems, in those games. They were more so sac fly, RBI fielder's choice.
Matt Garbowski with 2 on and 2 out. Swings at the first one and misses. The infield plays Garbowski to pull. The second baseman shaded over by the hole. There, the shortstop almost directly behind second. Wide open hole between third and shortstop. Up and away to Garbowski. 1-1.
His third double of the year in his last bet. You feel like he's owed an RBI right here because Grant wasn't able to score on the double.
Too high, 2-1.
There was a great back and forth between Bo and Grant after one of the games when Grant got hit by that line drive from Root. And Bo's like, come on, there's 2 ribbies out there for me. Can you find a way to get out of the way?
Bo Root smashed that ball. And there was no chance for
no.
MacArthur.
And Grant comes back, he says, maybe you should have hit it softer. I would have gotten out of the way of it.
Now 3-1 on Garbowski. He has 1 home run this year. Sitting on a pitch he loves. He's in the driver's seat. And it's off the plate. Ball 4. Just the first walk issued by Fitzgerald. UConn has strung 3 straight together, 2 hits and a walk, to load the bases with 2 outs.
Not expanding that zone is Garbowski. That is his 13th walk of the year. 13 walks to 13 strikeouts. Had a .353 on base percentage entering.
Brian Padilla last time up had second and third and 1 out and could not deliver the runner. He gets another at bat here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. 0-1, and he smokes this one towards the middle, but the second baseman had him played perfectly. Sargent shaded to the middle, makes a sprawling catch. Padilla hit it right up the middle. Spray chart works out for Maine. UConn leaves them loaded, but they do score twice. At the end of 3-0, the Huskies lead the Blackbirds.
We are your voice. We are your helping hand. We are the Hometown Foundation. We speak up for animals who have been neglected. We support those who keep communities safe. We shatter stereotypes for the disabled. We instill hope in those battling life-threatening illnesses. We honor and remember our veterans. The Hometown Foundation, in the community, for the community.
3-0 UConn here on this beautiful Friday night at the University of Connecticut. Summer in the air. You know it's almost summer when there's a fly in the booth annoying us, which we have.
I'm going to get it by the end of the game.
You going to get that one?
Yep.
Oh, Jonesy's, he's got it lined up. Oh, swing and a miss by Jonesy, and the fly continues here in the booth. Now you've angered him.
Yep.
It's a good swing, though.
Down in the count 0-1. We'll see if I can fight back.
Middle third of the order here from Maine. Drew Reynolds leads it off. And he goes after the first one and hits a high pop-up behind the dish. Garbowski tosses the mask almost back to the infield. And he makes the catch. One pitch, one out on a foul out to the catcher. Hey, young catchers, this is how you discard the mask. Make sure it's nowhere near you as you try to go catch that pop-up. Here he is, Evan Menzel. Robbed of extra bases on a very nice catch by Sam Biller. He sends it Biller's way again, this one routine. And on 2 pitches, Ellison has set down the first 2 Maine hitters here in the 4th.
Help try and keep that pitch count down. I don't know what the number is tonight. I forgot to ask Josh McDonald prior of how long Tommy would go. Though he wouldn't pitch until Thursday of next week. One less day of rest.
Of course, UConn at 17-4 in the Big East has earned at least a share of the regular season title again. They're hoping for one Georgetown win against Creighton, which would give UConn the Big East title in the regular season outright. Ellison was hoping for a 1-2-3 inning, but he hits Barty for a free pass. Barty is aboard. No way to get out of the way of this one.
That doesn't feel good. Could have been worse.
Right near the ribs. Speaking of ribs, it's almost the 5th inning. And nearly time for a walk down to the Bears Barbecue food truck. I was thinking of going mac and cheese tonight.
Oh, switching it up.
Yeah. Sargent puts it in play. 2 hops to third. Padilla fires across for the out. And it is a pretty quick inning for Ellison. He leaves a runner on base. And we go to the bottom of the 4th with UConn leading 3-0.
Power Station Events is the official production and entertainment partner of the UConn Huskies. Looking to plan a virtual or live event? Our team of experts can do it all. You can host your virtual event in our state-of-the-art studio, or we can come to you. And if you're planning your next live event, we have everything you need. From audio and video production to DJs and musicians, lighting and staging, photography and videography, decor and florals, and so much more. Whether it's virtual or live, start planning your next event with us. Go to powerstationevents.com.
Create a new outdoor living lifestyle with EA Quinn's innovative team of designers and skilled craftsmen. We build exceptional outdoor spaces and provide a seamless experience in exterior design. Visit eaquinn.com for more information.
Sun shining here on an early Friday evening, weekend before Memorial Day. The last regular season series of the year for Maine and UConn. Getting ready for tournament play. UConn produced 2 runs last inning. They sent 8 men to the plate. They stranded the bases loaded with took smart defensive positioning by Maine to limit UConn to just the 2 runs. Padilla hit a hard line drive up the middle with the bases loaded. Nice sliding catch by Miles Sargent, who was shading the middle. Take a hit away from Padilla, kept more runs from scoring. So it's the top of the order, and Rob Rispoli takes up and away.
Well, both of these teams weren't supposed to play each other this weekend prior to the year. But of course, conference realignment getting in the way for both.
Rispoli lines it into center field and a base hit. Leadoff man on. Rispoli has his second hit. He's 2 for 3.
Maine was supposed to play New Mexico State, and UConn had a home series lined up against Oklahoma State, which that would have been a really fun non-conference weekend. But unfortunately, conference realignment, Oklahoma State didn't have a bye week. And instead, they're playing Arizona State this weekend in Big 12 play.
Rispoli's on the move on the first pitch, and he's into second base with a steal. Spurs showing bunt. Rispoli off on the very first pitch. Steals a bag for the second time tonight.
And that's one of those things, intent to schedule, right? Where you have someone lined up, but then you have to pivot last minute. And Maine's not a bad pivot. Usually they're near the top of the America East. Struggling a little bit under 500 this year, but not a killer in terms of RPI. They are not the anchor that Butler was last weekend.
Maine lost 2 of 3 last weekend to Binghamton, and they were swept by Bryant. Bryant has won the regular season championship in the America East. Spur offered a bunt and missed. Now a pickoff play to second. Rispoli's in there ahead of the tag of Sargent.
Yeah, I think that was a big swing weekend. I think they were tied, Bryant and Maine, in the conference standings. And unfortunately, that sweep for the Black Bears. But they're going to have their conference tournament on their home field.
Spur chops it up the middle to advance the runner. Sargent throws out Spur, but it's a productive out. Rispoli advances to third with 1 out.
You love to see this swing from Spur. Find a way, put it in place. Sometimes he'll beat that out. But worst case scenario, you did get that runner to third. And the infield will come in here against Ryan Daniels.
Daniels with an RBI triple his last time up to 67 runs batted in. The infield in. Ball 1, up and away. You referenced that story that Coach Penders told you where the kids were all playing catch and playing pickle on the first base side, and they all ran out to right field when Daniels came up. Sometimes when Daniels up, if you want a home run ball, you need to go into the woods. He hits it a long way. The 1-0 in there for a strike. He hit one completely out of Duncan Park when UConn beat UMass in Hartford. And by my count, he's hit 3 up over the berm in right field, over the second fence, and into the pine trees this season here at Elliott. And he smokes this one into center field. Base hit for an RBI single. Rispoli scores, and it's 4-0 UConn. Daniels up to 68 RBI with his second RBI knock of the game.
Yeah, that's 3 in the series now for RD. He also brought in a run on that error, but doesn't count as a ribby last night. His short, compact swing into center field. And you see Rispoli. Oh, is it going to be caught? Nope, it's going to drop. Able to score easily.
Now Tyler Minnick, 1 for 2 with an RBI infield hit. And he drills it into center field for a base hit. Daniels is going first to third. Rasmussen with a throw offline. Now Minnick goes for second, and the throw by Menzel to Sargent is not in time. Couple of free 90s on the bags for the Huskies, and it's second and third with 1 out.
Just great base running all around. Ryan Daniels, watch him here. He's not going to slow up. He goes, all right, I'm going to test it. And then Minnick follows suit as he's able to get in on the backside to second. Get a couple more Huskies in scoring position. And again, it's those little things in tournament-type ball games that could be the difference between advancing and losing. And those are the things that the Huskies are working on here tonight.
It's one of the joys of covering UConn and watching how they play the game, the importance of 90 feet. Every time they have a chance to take an extra 90, they do it wisely, aggressively, but smart.
And we'll see a couple times where they're a little over aggressive. They made a couple outs at third base last weekend.
That base hit by Minnick, the 10th hit for UConn. Biller swings and misses. Pretty good breaking ball. 0-2.
Another instance here for Biller, just like his last at bat. Find a way to put the ball in play. Try and produce another run. Infield back. Up the middle.
He lays off. That one down and out of the zone from Fitzgerald. 1-2.
And he's one RBI away from joining Daniels and Minnick with 60 on the year.
Swing and a miss at the curveball. Fitzgerald needed a punch out, and he went to Uncle Charlie for the strikeout.
Yeah, this is a good breaking ball here to get Biller. He can spin it. He's got a good breaker. You can see why he's the top of the rotation guy for the Black Bears.
As we said earlier, he struck out 10 in a ball game 2 times this year. Aiden Doherty lays off, ball 1. Doherty came through with a 2-out single last night in the first inning. And he takes ball 2. 2-0 on Doherty.
UConn already more hits tonight than they did in last night's ball game with 10. They got 3 guys with double-digit hits already.
Doherty has one of those hits. And that extended his hitting streak to 9 games and his on-base streak to 18 games. Takes one on the corner. That's a good pitch on 2-0 from Fitzgerald. Not to just lay one in there, but to hit an edge. 2-1. He flirts with the outside corner again, but misses this time. 3-1. And when you stay outside of Doherty, he has a terrific opposite field approach. He'll take his base hit to right field. This one bounced towards the middle. Charging in Sargent, and he throws across his body. Pretty nice play there at second base. Miles Sargent is having a nice game defensively. UConn will settle for the 1 run. They strand 2. Left a bunch of runners on base, but they lead 4-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th.
Power Station Events is the official production and entertainment partner of the UConn Huskies. Looking to plan a virtual or live event? Our team of experts can do it all. You can host your virtual event in our state-of-the-art studio, or we can come to you. And if you're planning your next live event, we have everything you need. From audio and video production to DJs and musicians, lighting and staging, photography and videography, decor and florals, and so much more. Whether it's virtual or live, start planning your next event with us. Go to powerstationevents.com.
Create a new outdoor living lifestyle with EA Quinn's innovative team of designers and skilled craftsmen. We build exceptional outdoor spaces and provide a seamless experience in exterior design. Visit eaquinn.com for more information.
Nothing UConn. Tommy Ellison back to the hill for his 5th inning of work. UConn has stranded 8 runners. If you're a glass half empty kind of person, which neither you or I are, you'd say, oh, you're stranded too many runners. If you're glass half full,
they're getting guys on.
They're getting guys on. Everybody's getting on base. Good approach. And it's only the 4th inning. 4-0 UConn.
So far, 48 pitches for Tommy as he comes back out for the 5th. Been economical to this point.
Damon Gaither will lead it off. 8-9-1 for Maine. Then it's Zach Martin and back to the top of the order and Chris Baer. Martin grounded to first base. And Gaither, who's at the plate, struck out swinging to strand a runner in scoring position and the 2nd. He shoots it down the right field line, twisting, and it stays fair. Played off the wall by Doherty, who fires it in to Daniels. The relay to second. They would have had him, but it hit the runner off of his back as Rispoli dives for the throw and goes for the tag. Perfect relay. Doherty played it just like you'd want to off the wall. And he hit Daniels. Daniels put the throw there, but the runner and the ball arrived at the same time.
Get another look. Yep, they would have had him. But nice job, good relay there. Extra base hit for Gaither.
It's the first time tonight Maine has the leadoff hitter on. Zach Martin takes low and away.
3 of the 4 hits for Maine have been extra bases. 2 doubles and a triple.
Chasing 4. Maine's not looking to advance the runner, but Martin still would like to pull it. Instead, he lifts a fly ball to left center field. Spur lines it up as Gaither tags. Spur makes the catch, and he fires in, and down 4. Maine's not going to chance it. Gaither stays put at second.
Yeah, I think Gaither might be a little gassed from chugging on into second base. Just not deep enough to get him. And when the ball's hit left side of the field, you're not going to chance it, as you mentioned, Randy, 4-run deficit. Why cost yourself an out at third with the top of the order coming up?
It is Chris Bear, the Black Bear, takes outside. Ball 1, top of the 5th, and I'm not going to Bears. I'm going to stick in the booth today.
You got to think he's got some good NIL merchandise playing off of the Black Bears.
The 1-0 on the corner with a slider, 1-1. I've been trying to work my deal with Bears, but it hasn't happened yet.
Yep. I mean, you took a huge step back yesterday. They didn't even recognize you.
Bear lifts a fly ball to center. Spur twisting around, makes the catch. Gaither bluffs, tagging. Spur throws it in. It rolls right to Padilla on line. 2 outs.
No free cornbread. Nothing.
Not
as much as you promote their business.
All the time. I said, well, because, the camera was there, caught me getting the brisket and the cornbread. Usually with a side of cornbread, they give me 2. I share 1 with you. I just gave up my cornbread because, you're
just that
you're
type
my
of
guy.
guy.
You're my guy, Jonesy. And not that I was pining for, anything free, but just kind of mentioning that, we do this every top of the 5th, talk about it. They said, oh, thank you. There's a tip option here, by the way. So not only did...
I wish I could bear witness to that live.
Oh, nicely done. Wow. You're really cooking with gas tonight, Jonesy. Rasmussen grounds it to third, and a high throw from Padilla pulls Minnick off the bag and knocks the glove off his hand as well. Doherty comes up throwing home. It sails over Garbowski and is backed up by Ellison. And hopefully Tyler Minnick's all right, because that is a dangerous play for a first baseman. When that throw tails in toward the runner and he's busting it down the line, he goes to slap that tag on. You're going to see his glove come right off. He throws the hat. And a run is in for Maine. And Tyler Minnick is shaken up. And that is a really, really scary sight for UConn, as is the runner batter coming down the line, Rasmussen, being checked out by the Maine athletic trainer.
For some reason, Brian Padilla has had a tough time throwing over to first base from third. He had plenty of time to unleash a good strike, but he sailed it high. It's his 12th error of the year. And not only does it lead to a run, as now the umpires are talking.
Well, there's a couple of things here they are going to review. Firstly, did Rasmussen hit the green bag, which you're supposed to on a ground ball now, or did he go into the base like we used to in the college game? When you're getting down the line on a ground ball, you have to touch the second base now, and the point of that is to avoid these types of scenarios, potential injury situations. And it looks like Minnick's fine, which is great. The other is, was he out of the baseline in any way coming down the line? Right now, a run on the board for Maine, but this play under review. It looks like it is a review issued by Jim Penders.
I gotta think Brian Padilla for the throw. You could see that wrapping on his throwing hand, the right hand. He's been dealing with a bit of a wrist injury. That might be affecting the way he throws the baseball. Is that one, how many, I mean, you know, the Butler series, there's been a couple, I think it was the Seton Hall series, he had a couple in the 9th inning that kind of allowed the Pirates to stick around there in that series finale, but
made a couple of good, strong throws
Yes.
last night on balls that hugged the third baseline.
it's almost like it's that common trend, right? Where it's the more time you have to think, that's when it gets you and you're not just reacting.
The play under review right now, Maine has their first run of the game. I assume it is the play at first. We have not been notified of what the review is. That could be the only thing. The batter runner Rasmussen getting down the line. Umpires have reviewed it. Here's the call. Rasmussen ruled safe at first, so he did everything legally. And it is a run on the board for Maine, a throwing error for Padilla. The inning continues, and the Huskies' lead is down to 3. That'll be an unearned run, and anything scored the rest of the inning would also be unearned on Ellison.
And that was one of those, too, where Ellison had struggled against Rasmussen, a couple extra base hits, and he gets his ground ball to get out of the inning. He's got to bear down here.
Number 3 hitter, Dean O'Neill, drives it down the third baseline, past Padilla, into the corner. Rasmussen to third, and he will get waved home and score. Biller digs it out and throws in. It's an RBI double for Dean O'Neill, and it's down to a 2-run game. UConn's lead down to 4-2.
Just able to tuck it past the dive of Padilla. As he's been tested down there. That one, I don't think he's going to get to that unless he's positioned right on top of the line. But his error now has led to 2 runs and potential tying run coming to the plate here in the form of Reynolds.
Drew Reynolds, the cleanup hitter, with 4 home runs this year. He has struck out swinging and popped out to the catcher in foul grounds. Ellison once again in a leverage spot here in the 5th inning. Missing low and in. 2 unearned runs on the board for Maine. The 1-0. Strike. 90-mile-an-hour fastball on the inner half. The 1-1. Strike 2. Backdoor slider, and Ellison's now ahead of the count. About to deliver his 60th pitch of the ball game. The 1-2. He struck him out. Back to the breaking ball. And he K's Reynolds to strand a runner in scoring position and limit further damage. Now 5 strikeouts in 5 innings for Tommy Ellison, delighting the kids from Ram Youth Baseball. Halfway through the game, it's a 2-run game. UConn leads 4-2.
We are your voice. We are your helping hand. We are the Hometown Foundation. We speak up for animals who have been neglected. We support those who keep communities safe. We shatter stereotypes for the disabled. We instill hope in those battling life-threatening illnesses. We honor and remember our veterans. The Hometown Foundation, in the community, for the community.
Bottom of the fifth, UConn leading 4-2. Maine puts up 2, both unearned runs as the inning extends on the throwing error by Brian Padilla. UConn setting their sights on the Big East tournament. Of course, UConn softball won the Big East championship this year, and they begin play in the college women's Baton Rouge regional by losing today to Nebraska. As part of that bracket, number 10 LSU beats Southeastern Louisiana 2-0. We got a ball game here, Jones.
Yep.
Go back to UConn stranding 8 runners, and they've had a chance to break it open. They haven't gotten that separation. And their first error of the game leads to 2 runs, and it's a 4-2 game. The umpire catches a fastball that went off the catcher's mitt. Chris Engstrand wears it. Ball 1. O'Neal just didn't squeeze it. He's a tough guy.
Yeah, this is one of those instances for UConn. See if you can punch back here. Get some runs back on the board. Fitzgerald's done a nice job pitch count-wise at 71.
1-0, high 2-0.
Maine's obviously working on, or, trying to get ready for their conference tournament. They used their closer last night. I don't know if they'd bring Sebastian Holt back-to-back days when you have a conference tournament next week.
2-0, high 3-0. I'll tell you what, I like what Chris Engstrand just did. That was an inadvertent miss, of course, by O'Neal. Look, I mean, he's in good shape there, that home plate umpire. It was called a great strike zone tonight. 4 out of the zone to MacArthur, and he walks to lead off. And after that inadvertent miss by O'Neal, and he walked it off, he gave the catcher a pat on the back, so no worries.
It happens.
Meanwhile, MacArthur is on base for the 3rd time in as many plate appearances. And here's Matt Garbowski.
He's seen it well, double and a walk.
He takes outside. Garbowski looks down at Jim Penders flashing the signs in the third base coach's box. Tournament play, this might be a bunt situation with Padilla on deck. But that's 6 in a row to start the 5th inning out of the zone from Colin Fitzgerald, so the counter thought would be, why give him an out?
Yep.
Before he throws a strike.
Yeah, I think that if this is a Big East tournament game, Garbo's probably squaring around here. But he's had success tonight against Fitzgerald, a double and a walk, and now he's ahead in the count 2-0. Give him the green light here, maybe drive a pitch. Give Grant an opportunity to run some more over there at first.
With Padilla on deck, coming into tonight hitting .254, but this is a guy with a whole lot of experience in tournament play who's come through with a lot of big hits in his career.
I said it 3 weeks ago. He's going to have a great Big East tournament. I don't know why he just comes up in those big moments. He homered way back in the Maryland regional against future first-round pick Rhett Lauder, who's been called up by the Cincinnati Reds. He's just a guy that, when the moment's the brightest, seems like he ups his game.
2-0 on Garbowski, and after the mound visit, he sees a strike.
And he's seen everything. He's been in 2 super regionals now with the Huskies. Baseball is a game of failure and going through your ups and your downs.
Now that Garbowski sees a strike, he squares to bunt. 3-1 on a breaking ball. And that was the line of thinking. See a strike before giving up an out. Now it's a 3-1 count. And Garbowski taps it foul. 3-2.
Yeah, it's such a tough situation there because it's 3-1. You're 1 pitch away from a walk. Do you square around again and give yourself up? Opted to swing away there.
Now that Fitzgerald's gone full, he'd like to get Garbowski to roll one over here. The 3-2. He bounced it. Ball 4. 2 walks consecutively to begin the 5th, and up to 3 walks now for Fitzgerald.
We talk about Rob Rispoli having a bunch of 3-2 counts. Matt Garbowski has a bunch of 3-2 counts when he's in as he makes his 24th start tonight.
You want to bunt here with Padilla?
They might, first and second. He's had a tough night. He's left a bunch of guys on.
He squares, and he takes back. Ball 1.
Last time was just a bad break. It was a great spray chart. They had the second baseman behind the second base bag, or else it's a 2-run single in the center.
He squares again, and he bunts it foul. Again, you would love, of course, to get 2 runners in scoring position for one of your better situational hitters in Rob Rispoli, who's on deck. But it's hard to give up an out against a pitcher who's now all of a sudden having a hard time finding the strike zone. He's squaring, and he takes back. It's now ball 2.
It is such a tough call of, hey, do you swing away and maybe he continues to throw it out of the zone and you load the bases with a walk, or do you put those runners into scoring position, give Bryce some confidence by doing a job?
2-1. He is squaring, and he pops it up foul behind the catcher. Now it's 2-2.
Now you got to fight if you're Bry. Can't get the bunt down. This is one of those, all right, coach, get the base hit here to make up for not getting the bunt down.
You got a sign for 3-run home run.
Put it on here.
Ball 3. I'm not sure if Padilla might have bunted at a ball 2 with 1 strike. Now it's full, 3-2. And Fitzgerald is 1 pitch away from walking the bases loaded. The payoff. Ripped up the middle, caught by the second baseman. Sargent playing him perfectly again, and he turns into a double play. MacArthur broke off contact. Not sure he would have gotten back even if he froze or made a step back towards the bag, because there was Sargent again.
I mean, that's just the night Brian Padilla's having, right? He stings the ball his last 2 at-bats, and it's a line out to end the inning, and now a double play. As UConn will have to try and rally here with 2 outs. That's a well-struck ball, just the wrong spot.
Throw to first, and that was close, but dropped by the first baseman Reynolds, trying to pick off Matt Garbowski, who is not likely to be on the move here with 2 outs. Although he is 2 for 2 this year. The only thing is that Rispoli would lead off next inning, but the fact that they're throwing over, and 1 too many throws, an errant throw this time by Fitzgerald. He doesn't need to steal the base. He's gifted 90 feet on the second throwing error of the night by the pitcher, Fitzgerald.
Yeah,
well, that takes care of that.
Yeah, very interesting. Again, maybe it's one of those where they're, hey, we're going to work on picking to first, even if it's a guy who's not going to be stealing here, who's 2 for 2. But unfortunately, now you give a free 90 feet and a base hit could get an insurance run for the Huskies.
Look out, high and tight to Rispoli. Well, Maine took advantage of a big UConn error last half inning. Now Rispoli will look to counter the 2-out hit on the throwing error by Fitzgerald that puts Garbowski in scoring position. And he fouls it back. 1-1. Rispoli has 2 hits tonight and 2 runs scored. Looking to drive one in here with 2 outs. Off the end of the bat, foul. And that'll run it to 1-2. Fitzgerald up over 90 pitches now. The 1-2. Curveball in the turf. Nicely blocked by O'Neal. 2-2.
That was awkward. Almost a balk there.
Yeah, the catcher O'Neal was looking back at the dugout as if to say, I don't know, almost like give me a sign. So it's a disengagement for Fitzgerald, who now deals on 2-2 and misses low and away.
His earpiece must have gone in and out, and he was just trying to relay back through, hey, can I get it again? And then Fitzgerald able to step off. He did it correctly. It just looked a little awkward.
3-2 on Rispoli. And he walks. That's the third walk of the inning issued by Fitzgerald and fourth of the game to go along with a hit batsman. So 5 free passes total from Fitzgerald. And here's Caleb Spur, who extended his hitting streak to 18 games with a single leading off the third.
I got to think we're getting towards last batter time for Fitzgerald. He's at 93 pitches now.
2 on and 2 out. Swing and a miss by Spur. UConn has stranded 8 runners. They have 2 on. They have not scored here in the 5th. The 0-1 down and away, despite 3 walks this inning by Fitzgerald. Big play so far the inning. Padilla lining into a double play on a hard line drive up the middle with Sargent playing him perfectly. But Spur will look to come through. The 1-1 is low.
And again, it's baseball's so tough where if you're associate head coach Jeff Horgan, you're in Brian Padilla's ear like, hey, keep doing that. Those are 2 line drives. That's what you want. You barreled it up, unfortunately, just right at him.
The 2-1 misses, and it's 3-1 with Ryan Daniels on deck.
You should see a pretty good pitch to hit here if you're Caleb.
You should. However, Fitzgerald hasn't been able to get it over the plate much here in the 5th. The 3-1. He jumps on it and smashes one deep to left and gone. A 3-run bomb for Caleb Spur. UConn had chance after chance after chance this inning, and Spur got that pitch he was looking for, and he hits his 5th home run of the year to make it 7-2, Connecticut.
426 feet, 107 miles per hour off the bat of Caleb Spur, as UConn does answer the 2 runs for Maine with 3 so far in the 5th, as a pitching change to come here for Maine.
You can only flirt with danger so long with walks. They almost always come back to bite. And Spur on a 3-1 pitch turns it around. 7-2 UConn. And that 3-run shot chases Fitzgerald from the game. UConn opens up a 5-run lead on the 3-run blast by Spur. And Daniels will hit as the bottom of the 5th continues when we come back.
I was driving to visit my friends, had my dog Max with me, then, out of nowhere, Alex from Travelers called me about my claim, but all I could think about was finding Max. So he helped get the word out.
We've got a lost dog alert. A brown and white Australian Shepherd mix. He goes by Max.
I can't thank Alex enough.
Power Station Events is the official production and entertainment partner of the UConn Huskies. Looking to plan a virtual or live event? Our team of experts can do it all. You can host your virtual event in our state-of-the-art studio, or we can come to you. And if you're planning your next live event, we have everything you need. From audio and video production to DJs and musicians, lighting and staging, photography and videography, decor and florals, and so much more. Whether it's virtual or live, start planning your next event with us. Go to powerstationevents.com.
Caleb Spur chases Colin Fitzgerald from the game with a 3-run home run here in the bottom of the 5th. And for the second straight night, the first man out of the pen for the Black Bears is right-hander Owen Wheeler.
Yeah, last night for Wheeler in his outing, he goes 2/3 of an inning. No hits, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout, facing 2 batters on 10 pitches. It's his 17th appearance overall, 0-3 with a 6.65 earned run average, 21 2/3 innings. He's allowed 27 hits, 15 walks, 23 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .303 against him.
Fitzgerald lasts 4 2/3 innings, right near 100 pitches. He gave up 11 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned. The 2 errors made by Maine, both committed by the starting pitcher Fitzgerald. He walked 4, including 3 this inning, and struck out 3. Ryan Daniels takes a strike, and it's 1-1.
Well, the last time Caleb hit a home run at Villanova, Ryan Daniels immediately followed with one of his own.
UConn hit 2 home runs last night. Up and away, 2-1. Caleb Spur up to 36 runs batted in this year. A little pop-up off the end of the bat by Daniels. And the shortstop Bear makes the catch in shallow center field to end the inning. Wheeler gets his batter. But not before UConn takes advantage. 3 free passes. And Caleb Spur comes up with a 3-run home run with 2 outs to open up a 5-run lead for UConn through 5 innings.
Power Station Events is the official production and entertainment partner of the UConn Huskies. Looking to plan a virtual or live event? Our team of experts can do it all. You can host your virtual event in our state-of-the-art studio, or we can come to you. And if you're planning your next live event, we have everything you need. From audio and video production to DJs and musicians, lighting and staging, photography and videography, decor and florals, and so much more. Whether it's virtual or live, start planning your next event with us. Go to powerstationevents.com.
Create a new outdoor living lifestyle with E.A. Quinn's innovative team of designers and skilled craftsmen. We build exceptional outdoor spaces and provide a seamless experience in exterior design. Visit eaquinn.com for more information.
UConn has stranded 8 runners tonight. They were in danger of leaving 2 more until Caleb Spur came through on a 3-1 pitch. Fitzgerald flirting with danger with 3 walks this inning, the last half inning, and Caleb Spur, boy, did he put a charge into it. A screaming line drive that got out of here in a hurry.
And how many times we see it hit that portion of the brick wall to the right of the College World Series, but he hit that ball on a line.
Tommy Ellison back out for his 6th inning of work. And he lands a curveball to Evan Manziel, strike 1. 0 for 2 with 2 fly balls to left. One of them a terrific catch by Sam Biller over the shoulder. And he jumps on it and lines it to the gap in right center field. Doherty cuts it off, and he holds Menzel to a single.
Really nice play there from Aiden. We know Menzel can run, so to be able to cut this ball off, limit him to a single. Got it in quickly.
You're right, Jonesy. You have to love how Evan Menzel plays. He was thinking 2 off contact. That's a pretty nice play out there by Doherty, who's handling right field very well, coming back from a lower body injury. Aiden Barty takes ball 1. 7-2 UConn here in the top of the 6th. Under the lights at Elliott for the final time this season. This is rolled to shortstop. Rispoli goes to second for one. Daniels to first. Not in time. Barty beats it out. Ellison signals to the dugout that he wants a review. It was close at first. But it doesn't look like Jim Penders is going to challenge.
I feel like they used their challenge on that Tyler Minnick play, right? So they only got one more. We're only in the 6th inning. I think that's one where you keep one in your pocket just in case something else happens. We could get another look at it at some point, though.
When you have a 5-run lead, you do want to keep that challenge in your pocket. It was bang bang at first. Really nicely turned by Rispoli and Daniels. Daniels got rid of it in a hurry. He made a good strong throw to first. Miles Sargent rolls one to short. This one could be 2. Flip to Daniels, toss to first, too high. Minnick leaves the bag. So that was more of a tailor-made double play, but UConn can't turn that one. The batter before, they nearly turned a really tough one. This was a routine 3-hopper, good feed, but Daniels just lets it fly too high.
That's where UConn gets in trouble with their infield defense, the throws. I feel like most of their errors have come on throwing errors, not fielding errors. And again, we're probably nitpicking here, but, you know, little things to get better for tournament time. Against really good teams, you're going to have to make those plays.
Yeah, you don't want to give Creighton extra outs.
And again, it's another instance where you could get Tommy out of this inning, keep the pitch count down. Maybe you can bring him back out for another.
0-1 on Damon Gaither. Runners going, and Gaither hits a little dribbler foul up the third base side. Again, worth kind of revisiting what the scenario is. This is non-conference. UConn is rooting for Georgetown this weekend against Creighton. UConn has secured at least a share of the regular season title with Creighton. Both teams have 4 losses in conference play. Creighton is playing Big East baseball tonight and tomorrow against Georgetown. If they lose one of those games, then UConn becomes the #1 seed in the upcoming Big East tournament. Creighton wins both games against Georgetown, then UConn would be the #2 as the co-regular season champs with the Creighton Blue Jays. The 0-2. Strike 3. Ellison reaches back for another strikeout. 6 Ks through 6 innings for Tommy Ellison. And he strands another runner. Maine has left their share. They've left a runner in every inning, 6 through 6. 7-2, UConn leads it, bottom of the 6th coming.
Power Station Events is the official production and entertainment partner of the UConn Huskies. Looking to plan a virtual or live event? Our team of experts can do it all. You can host your virtual event in our state-of-the-art studio, or we can come to you. And if you're planning your next live event, we have everything you need. From audio and video production to DJs and musicians, lighting and staging, photography and videography, decor and florals, and so much more. Whether it's virtual or live, start planning your next event with us. Go to powerstationevents.com.
Create a new outdoor living lifestyle with EA Quinn's innovative team of designers and skilled craftsmen. We build exceptional outdoor spaces and provide a seamless experience in exterior design. Visit eaquinn.com for more information.
Tyler Minnick set to lead off. He has 2 singles tonight, but last night he blasted off with number 19 on the year. What a season Tyler Minnick's having. Coming in, hitting .362, and now in search of his 20th home run.
Tommy Martin, freshman right-hander in the game for Maine. 12 appearances, 1-1 with a 4.30 earned run average. 23 innings, he's allowed 18 hits, 11 runs all earned. He's walked 11. Struck out 25 as opponents are hitting .207 against him. As Randy, you mentioned, 19 home runs for Tyler Minnick this season. UConn's only had one other player that has hit 20 home runs in a season. That was Mike Olt, single season leader. He's actually in the ballpark tonight as they had the annual UConn baseball golf tournament earlier today. But Olt in 2010 hit 23 home runs. As right now, Minnick is tied with Brian Packin in 1999 with 19 home runs in a single year. So he's got an opportunity. There's a couple more regular season games and then the conference tournament. And we saw what he did at Prasco last year, a couple home runs, including a grand slam against Georgetown.
Martin has not given up a home run in 23 innings this year. This is sky deep to left. It's carrying. It's back, and it's gone! He's given up one now, and it's number 20 for Tyler Minnick on the first pitch of the bottom of the sixth. He got the backspin on it to lift it out of here. 8-2 UConn.
He just snuck it out. 45-degree launch angle as it goes 350 feet at 100 miles per hour off the bat. Tyler Minnick, only the second Husky ever to hit 20 home runs in a year.
To go along with his RBI signal in the first, now 66 runs batted in this season. Sam Biller, a little sneak attack after the home run. Trying to lay one down the third baseline. What a season by that young man, just a sophomore.
We talk about Ryan Daniels, an All-American type season. That's a guy that's having an All-American type season as well.
Biller takes low, 1-1.
Could be the first time since that Olt-Springer duo. UConn has multiple All-Americans from position player side.
Pounded foul by Biller. And UConn certainly hoping there's plenty of baseball left ahead of them. Trying to win 3 games in the Big East tournament before they lose 2. And of course, with aspirations to get back to the NCAA tournament for the 7th consecutive year. Little comebacker to the mound. Tommy Martin handles it. Biller is retired and there's 1 out.
And Tyler Minnick, he is a Pennsylvania kid, but he wears number 2 for his favorite team, the New York Yankees, which the kids these days, of course, there's only one number 2 to idolize in New York.
Number 2, Derek Jeter. Number 2. Here's Aiden Doherty. He takes a curve for a strike.
He is a Eagles fan, though, football-wise. Of course, they won the Super Bowl. Him and Kyle Peters were giving it to everybody. A couple Pennsylvania kids on this UConn team.
An Eagles fan and a Yankees fan?
That's quite a combo.
That's tough in certain parts of New England and New York. And for that matter, South Jersey,
Yes,
Philadelphia.
Yep.
Oh, and 2 on Doherty. 1 for 3 with a single in the third. And he spoils a high fastball to hang alive. Tommy Martin with a long pause, letting the pitch clock wind on down, and that made Doherty a little anxious. That was good pitching. Sometimes when you have the pitch clock in your favor, you just hold the ball. And that's pitching too. That's smart. Doherty a little jumpy. He gets the off-speed pitch and couldn't hold up. Tommy Martin registers his first strikeout. Here's Grant MacArthur. He goes after the first one and fouls it to the backstop. One more regular season game tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And again, these are non-conference games, but very important that UConn wins them in their hopes of a potential at-large bid. They're in good shape, but a loss to Maine would hurt.
Yes. A loss to Maine would be devastating. It would make it not a 0% chance of an at-large bid, but UConn, if they didn't win the conference tournament, that would be just like last year. You would be sweating it from when you were eliminated to Selection Monday on Memorial Day.
Just off the plate. Close pitch, rule the ball.
They got some great results last night. UConn moved from 43 in the RPI to 39, so they moved up 4 spots, which is a lot this time of year.
2-1, MacArthur gets a curve for strike 2. Of course, if you handle business in the Big East tournament, you don't have to worry about selection committees and RPI. Play your way in. That's what UConn's hoping for in Prasco starting Wednesday. The 2-2, just outside. Now, I gave kudos to Chris Angstrom before. I'm going to say it again. Those pitches are just off the plate. He's calling a good game back there tonight.
Great game. I'd love to see the TrackMan report after this one. It's got to be one of the higher ones.
And the 3-2 is low. MacArthur walks. It's a 2-out base runner for UConn.
See if UConn can mount a little 2-out rally here is Grant. Been on all 4 times tonight.
Hit by a pitch in the second, a single in the third, and a walk in the fifth, and now in the sixth.
Again, I think if you're a UConn fan, you got to feel really good about where the lineup is right now.
Garbowski goes after the first one and hits a pop-up into the twilight sky. Sargent tracks it and makes the catch. That'll do it for UConn in the sixth. But they score a run on the first pitch of the inning. Tyler Minnick leaves the yard for the 20th time this year. He's 3 for 4 tonight with a solo blast over the left field wall that extends UConn's lead to 8-2 as we go to the 7th.
Power Station Events is the official production and entertainment partner of the UConn Huskies. Looking to plan a virtual or live event? Our team of experts can do it all. You can host your virtual event in our state-of-the-art studio, or we can come to you. And if you're planning your next live event, we have everything you need. From audio and video production to DJs and musicians, lighting and staging, photography and videography, decor and florals, and so much more. Whether it's virtual or live, start planning your next event with us. Go to powerstationevents.com.
Create a new outdoor living lifestyle with EA Quinn's innovative team of designers and skilled craftsmen. We build exceptional outdoor spaces and provide a seamless experience in exterior design. Visit eaquinn.com for more information.
Folks enjoying a Friday night under the lights in stores for the final time this year. Ending just a really great year overall at UConn. As far as home games go, Tommy Ellison going deep in this one, going to the 7th inning. UConn leading 8-2. One more game tomorrow.
Let's see if he can do something he wasn't able to do last week. Get through the 7th. He goes 6 2/3. An opportunity here. See if he can get through this 7th inning. Try and put up a shutdown frame. But incredible year across all sports. Can't believe it's already flown by.
I think we'll celebrate a little bit more tomorrow because that will be the last UConn home game of the season in all sports,
yeah,
I do believe.
I don't know when track and field ends. It might end tomorrow. It might end Sunday. But they are hosting the Big East Championships over there. Over on the, you got over on the field hockey field, the track, and then you have just beyond the softball field, they have some of the throwing events.
Zach Martin takes strike 2. It'll be our last broadcast, though, for an outstanding crew that has done a great job, whether it be on the wax, like tonight, UConn Plus, ESPN Plus for Hockey East coverage, Flow Sports. Swing and a miss by Martin. Strike 3, and that's 7 strikeouts in 6 1/3 innings for Ellison.
And for the fans that haven't heard yet, we're going to be on ESPN Plus next year for the baseball games. So I think it would be, I don't want to jump the gun, but I think it would be either ESPN Plus for all or maybe ESPN Plus for the conference, and then you'd stick with UConn Plus for the non-conference, which would make sense. The new TV deal in the Big East.
Certainly looking forward to that next year.
I know a lot of people will be upset about losing Flow Sports. It's all right.
Chris Baer takes a strike on the outside corner. And that one's off the plate. Another close pitch. And again, Chris Engstrand tonight. I mean, you got to give the love to the home plate umpire because we certainly question calls a lot. Line drive in a right center field and down for a hit. Doherty cuts it off. You know, there's a difference between just off the plate and right on the corner. And Chris Engstrand has been very accurate tonight behind the plate.
He's only missed 3 calls all night, which is excellent. As you see Baer go opposite field here, a 1-out single. But again, Randy, for these umpires, these TrackMan reports, these are important. This gives them opportunities to umpire in the postseason. So, you know, they're trying to advance as well into their season.
Rasmussen sends a fly ball to center field. Spur lines it up, 2 outs in the 7th. And that's a beautiful thing for Tommy Ellison trying to get through 7 innings. 1 pitch out by Rasmussen. Pitch count now at 76 as he gets set to face Dean O'Neill with 2 down in the 7th.
I've really liked how Tommy has bounced back from the adversity. When there's been an error, when there's been a misplay, when he's given up an extra base hit, it's been a really good bounce back batter right after that. And this has got to be a really good confidence building outing for Ellison before he hits the postseason.
He faces Dean O'Neill, who drove in a run with a double his last time up. Number 3 hitter in the Maine lineup takes a slider for ball 1.
And it is his senior weekend. Ellison, one of 10 seniors that will be honored. He does have another year of eligibility if he is not drafted to be able to come back.
The 1-0, he pulls the string on him. Strike 1.
10 will be honored, but it's really 11 because Brian Padilla was honored last year. And, of course, the guy that's played the most games amongst the current Huskies. Well over 200 now.
Runners on the move. Garbowski's throw to second. There's a 1-hopper and not in time. Baer steals the base. He's in scoring position with a count of 2-1 on Dean O'Neill now.
Just no chance here for Garbo as a decent jump there. Trying to time up Tommy.
2-1. Trying to strand another runner at second. Tommy Ellison throws a fastball at 91, fouled off by O'Neill. 2-2. Ellison has scattered 7 hits. He has not allowed an earned run. He has not walked a batter, and he has struck out 7. He's gone to 2-2 on O'Neill. He's pitched out of some trouble multiple times tonight, trying to end it strong. The 2-2 with a runner moving as a slider down and away and blocked by Garbowski. Another stolen base for Chris Baer, who advances to third. Pitch number 81 coming up from Ellison with a runner on third. The 3-2 pitch. He struck him out. And a big fist pump from Ellison with his 8th strikeout against no walks and no earned runs through 7 strong tonight in Stores. And it's time to stretch. Get on up, everybody. We go to the bottom of the 7th. UConn leads Maine 8-2.
We are your voice. We are your helping hand. We are the Hometown Foundation. We speak up for animals who have been neglected. We support those who keep communities safe. We shatter stereotypes for the disabled. We instill hope in those battling life-threatening illnesses. we honor and remember our veterans. The Hometown Foundation, in the community, for the community.
Tommy Ellison has just tied up the hitters all night tonight. Not freezing them like that freeze frame. The kids are enjoying themselves out there. Tommy Ellison with 8 strikeouts. And Jonesy, it's not just the 8 strikeouts, which are a season high. It's when they came. He struck out the final batter of an inning 5 out of his 7 innings. 4 times he registered a punch out with a runner in scoring position to strand the runner.
Yeah,
That's clutch.
Just a great outing for Ellison today. As we mentioned before, just a lot of confidence for him as he gets through 7.
Brian Padilla could use a hit tonight, and he's got it. He jumps on the first one from Tommy Martin and hits it hard between third and shortstop.
So not only a career-high 8 strikeouts, but a career-high 7 innings for Ellison, who has now gone 6 innings or more in 4 straight starts. That is just really good news for UConn fans going into the conference tournament.
You need a couple of dudes in tournament play, and then you need to piece it together. Tommy Ellison could be that dude for UConn in Game 2 of their Big East tournament play. Robert Spoli takes a strike. He's been on base 3 times tonight and scored 3 of UConn's 8 runs. He's been the table setter. Oh, 2 now as the curveball drops in. Padilla, who twice tonight hit hard line drives up the middle, only to have the second baseman perfectly positioned to take away hits. Pulls one into left field, and he's on base for the 13th straight game. Spoli now with a count of 1-2. "13 hits for Connecticut on that last single by Padilla." Spoli ducks out of the way of a curve, and it's 2-2. Up and in. And the 2-2, he could not hold up on another breaking ball. Strike 3. Tommy Martin doubles up on the curve, and he strikes out Rispoli. His second strikeout out of the bullpen. Now Caleb Spur, who opened it up for UConn. A clutch swing his last time up on a 3-1 pitch with 2 outs. He blasted a 3-run home run. That one misses inside. And it was big for Spur, and it was big for the Huskies because they had walked 3 times. Padilla lined into a double play, and they were in danger of coming up empty in the 5th. Not taking advantage of those freebies. But Spur got his pitch on 3-1, and he connected with his 5th home run of the season. He's ahead of the count, 2-0. Padilla on first with 1 out, UConn leading 8-2. Strike on the corner, 2-1. Maybe a hit and run count here with Padilla on first. Spur at the plate, 2-1. Not going. How about a hit and jog way back to left, and his second home run of the game is gone into the bullpen. Caleb Spur is having a night. It's 10-2 UConn.
First career multi-homer game for Spur, as he has put the offense on his back. Able to launch that one into the UConn bullpen. Wasn't sure if it'd have enough carry, but able to sneak it out. And now an 8-run lead for the Huskies.
Production in the 2-hole tonight for Caleb Spur. 3 for 5. 3 runs scored and 5 runs batted in. Up to 6 home runs now. 3 home runs in the ball game for UConn to go along with Minnick's solo blast in the 6th. One 1-0 on Ryan Daniels, who's driven in 2 tonight, going 2 for 4, and he smokes one down the line. Way back, and it curls foul at the last moment, just to the right of the pole. Ryan Daniels takes a peek back. He thought maybe it curled around the pole, maybe over it. That's close. We'll have a look.
So tough to tell. Feel like that's just a smidge foul.
And the 1-1, an off-speed pitch. He pulls off it and swings and misses. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch, strike 3.
That's
Once again, he pulled the string on him.
That's a change in emotion pretty quickly. You think you might have a home run, and all of a sudden you're heading back to the dugout with a strikeout.
He blasted one about 400 feet foul just to the right of the pole, and then he gets 2 off-speed pitches.
Again, it's just another example, Randy, of different guys stepping up at different games. This is one of those nights, you know, Ryan Daniels, you don't need the home run tonight. Save him for later on for another game, because tonight it's been Caleb Spur with 2 home runs, as well as this guy, Tyler Minnick, who homered in his last at-bat.
What kind of season Ryan Daniels is having. He's 2 for 5, and he's still frustrated with a couple of RBIs, including an RBI triple. Tyler Minnick with 3 hits tonight. An RBI single in the first, after a ground out to shortstop in the third, a single in the fourth, and then hit his 20th home run of the year, his last time up on the first pitch of the bottom of the 6th. Down to the count, 1-2. Then it got jammed. Tommy Martin runs one in on the inside corner.
Top of the 7th from Tyson's Virginia, creating a 7-5 lead over Georgetown in game 2 of that series.
Minnick tracks it low and away. 2-2. You referenced he wears number 2 for Derek Jeter. He looked a little bit like Jeter there, watching it all the way into the catcher's mitt. Kind of crouching down, tracking the pitch from the pitcher's hand until it was caught by the catcher. And he hits a high pop-up in a foul ground. Reynolds. Oh, he dropped it, but in foul territory, right near the line. Very close, and Minnick didn't run that one out.
And that was one that he is hearing it from his dugout of, hey, come on, man. You cannot assume. And that is thankfully a foul ball for Tyler Minnick.
And that was very close, especially in the twilight sky. That can happen.
Especially at this field, the wind is usually blowing.
The 2-2 is fouled back.
It's not always where the position player is initially underneath the ball, because we've seen so many not end up where it starts here at Elliott Ballpark. But a good learning moment there for Ty.
Once again, Tommy Martin's move, just hold the ball. Let the pitch clock, I should say, tick down, and he just missed outside a minute to run it full. Three and 2. Payoff, ball 4. Minnick's aboard for the 4th time. It's a 2-out walk to give Sam Biller a chance.
It's a really nice at-bat there for Ty. Down 0-2 in the count, able to work it and eventually draw the walk. An at-bat that doesn't occur last year as a true freshman. He loves swinging at the first pitch, but he has matured in his sophomore year. That is his 28th walk. Last year, he had 4 walks.
So a walk that Maine's going to feel shouldn't have happened because the first baseman Reynolds was unable to catch a foul pop-up that extended the at-bat. No error was charged to him. Still one that Reynolds would have liked to have had. 1-0 on Biller. And he jumps on it and lines it foul, pulling it outside of the chalk down the right field line. Biller's driven in a run tonight with a sac fly. He's 0 for 3. And he delivered the second run of the third. Deep enough drive to center field to score Ryan Daniels. 10-2 Connecticut. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. That's a good off-speed pitch again from Tommy Martin. He's been crafty. He struck out Daniels on a couple of change-ups. And he got Biller to pull off that one. Throw to first to check on Minnick. With 2 here in the 7th, UConn once again is into double figures in the run column. 10-2 UConn out hitting Maine 14-7 tonight. The 1-2, low. 2-2.
For the Huskies, this will become their 3rd ever season with 20 or more double-digit run scoring seasons. The record 23 back in 2010.
Oh, Biller sends a long foul ball out of sight. Kids are going to have to run up the hill to go chase that one. That was way up there. Biller's had a knack for his home runs hitting the scoreboard. He's done it a couple times, including last night. Trying to wait on it just a little bit more. The 2-2. Lifted in the air. Right center field. Again into that twilight sky. Zach Martin in to make the catch. And that'll do it for UConn in the 7th. But Caleb Spur lifts off for the 2nd time today. He has a 3-hit game, including 2 home runs. A 2-run shot here in the 7th extends UConn's lead 10-2 as we go to the 8th.
Power Station Events is the official production and entertainment partner of the UConn Huskies. Looking to plan a virtual or live event? Our team of experts can do it all. You can host your virtual event in our state-of-the-art studio, or we can come to you. And if you're planning your next live event, we have everything you need. From audio and video production to DJs and musicians, lighting and staging, photography and videography, decor and florals, and so much more. Whether it's virtual or live, start planning your next event with us. Go to powerstationevents.com.
Create a new outdoor living lifestyle with E.A. Quinn's innovative team of designers and skilled craftsmen. We build exceptional outdoor spaces and provide a seamless experience in exterior design. Visit eaquinn.com for more information.
Well, UConn goes to the bullpen, and after 7 brilliant innings from Tommy Ellison, JT Caruso takes over. Caruso will face Drew Reynolds to lead it off. And this season, Caruso 1-0 in 15 appearances with an 8.38 ERA, just 9 2/3 innings, 10 hits, 9 walks, 12 strikeouts. He's become somewhat of a lefty specialist this year. And he'll face Reynolds with the middle third of the order due up for Maine. Reynolds, of course, a left-handed hitter, so we'll see if it's just for the one batter. There is activity in the UConn bullpen. Also a chance perhaps to extend Caruso a little bit, see how he fares against righties. Reynolds is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts today. UConn is getting Sean Finn loose down in the Matt Barnes bullpen. Caruso hits the outside corner to get ahead of Reynolds 0-1. Sophomore from Mount Sinai, New York. with a bender and a check swing and a miss by Reynolds, quickly 0-2. Caruso comes to UConn from the University of Miami. And he did face one batter against Northeastern and retired him. That is not true. He walked him and gave up a run against Northeastern. Faced one batter against Butler and retired him with a strikeout. Game prior, part of the doubleheader against Butler, 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 2 earned runs. 2-2 on Reynolds. He misses off the plate, and it's gone from 0-2 to 3-2. Sean Finn heating up down there. This could be for one batter for Caruso, and he misses low and into Reynolds. Didn't get his lefty. And the leadoff man is on for Maine.
Probably get Menzel here as well. Back-to-back lefties in this order.
Thank you, that's right.
Just a little low. When he's been on, he's been excellent. When he hasn't, he's struggled. And that's a young pitcher, right? He's only a sophomore. He didn't have a ton of appearances at Miami last year as a freshman. But his job in the postseason is you're going to go get their best left-handed bat. Might be a one-batter stint, might be 2, but go get them.
He goes right after Menzel here to get ahead 0-1. Back to the slider, off the plate, 1-1. Evan Menzel, 1 for 3 today. After his outstanding homecoming yesterday. Menzel with a double and a homer. Many from Coventry, Connecticut in attendance to root on their hometown kid tonight. The third baseman for Maine. Quick little mound visit. And Caruso looking to regroup. Runner on first, nobody out. The 1-1 just off the plate, maybe low. 2-1. The 2-1 hits the corner. That's a terrific spot. The pitch prior was a good miss, just off the plate. That one, he lands it across the plate on the outer edge. The 2-2. Grounded the other way and a base hit. Evan Menzel has his second hit of the ball game. And the first 2 men are on for Maine.
Just a great piece of hitting there from Menzel. Shooting it through the left side. And Caruso will come out here. And again, you'd rather have that than a walk. Have them hit their way on. Just good piece of hitting there for the youngster from Coventry.
Aiden Barty, the scheduled hitter. Jim Pender's out of the dugout to go get Sean Finn from the Matt Barnes bullpen. 2 on, nobody out. UConn leading 10-2. And here comes Finn. And the Black Bears looking to put a dent on the board here, chasing 8 against UConn in the 8th.
I was driving to visit my friends, had my dog Max with me, then, out of nowhere, Alex from Travelers called me about my claim, but all I could think about was finding Max. So he helped get the word out.
We've got a lost dog alert. A brown and white Australian Shepherd mix. He goes by Max.
I can't thank Alex enough.
Power Station Events is the official production and entertainment partner of the UConn Huskies. Looking to plan a virtual or live event? Our team of experts can do it all. You can host your virtual event in our state-of-the-art studio, or we can come to you. And if you're planning your next live event, we have everything you need. From audio and video production to DJs and musicians, lighting and staging, photography and videography, decor and florals, and so much more. Whether it's virtual or live, start planning your next event with us. Go to powerstationevents.com.
Create a new outdoor living lifestyle with E.A. Quinn's innovative team of designers and skilled craftsmen. We build exceptional outdoor spaces and provide a seamless experience in exterior design. Visit eaquinn.com for more information.
UConn goes to one of their big arms out of the bullpen. It's 6-1, making his 20th appearance, Sean Finn.
Finn, so far this year, 3.49 ERA. He's now tied for the team lead with Pudvar with 6 wins. Has 28 in the third innings, 25 hits, 13 runs, 11 of those earned. He's walked 14, struck out 39 opponents, hitting .234 against him.
And you love the 39 strikeouts in 28 and a third innings. Although he'd like a little weak contact at one of the infielders here with 2 on and nobody out. Aiden Barty, the hitter, 0 for 2 today. He was hit by a pitch in the 4th. 10-2 UConn here on a Friday night under the lights at Elliott Ballpark. A muggy night. You can sort of see the thickness in the air under the stadium lights right now. Finn's pitch outside, ball 1. It's tournament weather.
Unfortunately, you get a lot of inclement weather with the humidity. A lot of tournaments, you get stoppages with those lightning delays.
1-0 on the corner, 1-1. Always get a kick out of how the season begins in February. We're watching from afar, those of us that follow the Huskies, UConn play out west or down south. Still in the last days of winter, fouled off to the right by Barty down the line, out of play. You get to begin the home schedule in March. We're bundled up. It's jacket and hoodie weather still. And that can extend pretty deep into April. Then when you get to the most significant games of the year, when the action heats up, so too do the days. 1-2. Strike 3 swinging. He could not hold up on the slider. A wipeout pitch for Finn. And there's 1 out.
Just a really good slider there from Finney. We'll take a step in the right direction here with his first strikeout. Get another look. That's a tough pitch to lay off.
Miles Sargent 1 for 3. He's had a nice day in the field at second base as well. Swing and a miss. Back to the slider. Sargent doubled with 2 outs in the second. Reynolds at second, Menzel at first. Finn's 0-1 is foul tipped into the mitt to make it 0-2.
Let's see what they opt to go to here. Do they try and run a high fastball and then go back to the slider? Let's see.
Oh, 2. Down and away.
Nice pick by Garbo there. Keeping those runners at first and second.
Keeps the double play in order. It was a slider. He went away with a slider, then front door, inside, then way away. Now the 1-2. Back to the slider, and back-to-back strikeouts for Finn. 2 down.
And again, you're thinking, why are they swinging with it so far out of the zone? Well, if he throws that 94-mile-an-hour heater where it looks like it's going to straight, watch this pitch. If that's a fastball, it's maybe just off the plate, but it takes that hard late break, and the batter is trying to spoil that fastball, and then it takes a turn.
It's starting that slider right on the corner so that it just dives away. That one was in the zone, but waved on and missed by Damon Gaither. 1 for 3 with a double in the 5th. Has he thrown a fastball yet?
Maybe one of the first pitches.
Slider low.
If he's thrown one, it's just been for one pitch. It might have been the first pitch coming out of the pen that he yanked outside.
He sort of hung that one. Might have gotten away with it. Gaither fouls it off. It was a slider, but it was just right up there for the big right-handed hitter. Still, these hitters are having such a hard time picking it up. Unable to connect, and Finn now with a chance to strike out the side coming out of the bullpen. The 1-2. Fastball. And it just missed, and that one might have fooled the home plate umpire.
Nope, that was a good call. Trackman says it was a ball. Just up and away.
My apologies, Chris Engstrand.
I want a written apology.
Yeah, I will go in the corner and think about what I just said. The 2-2. Slider and ripped into left field, base hit. Reynolds comes home. It's an RBI single for Damon Gaither. And now a 7-run lead for UConn.
Yeah, just left this one out in the hitting zone for Gaither. Get another look right over the plate. Able to yank it in the left. 2-out base hit.
At 6'6", he's got plenty of plate coverage to go out and get it. And he hooks a single. His second hit today, the run is charged to Caruso. And here's Zach Martin, 0 for 3. Martin is late on a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, foul ball to the left. UConn leads Maine in the middle game of the final 3-game weekend series of the year. Chance to win another series tonight for UConn. Back to the bender, and Martin waves and misses, 0-2. Finn way up in the count here with another chance to strike out the side. And he got him. Back to the slider. 3 strikeouts out of the bullpen for Sean Finn. A run crosses for Maine, but Finn pitches through further damage. And we go to the bottom of the 8th now. UConn up 10-3 over Maine.
Power Station Events is the official production and entertainment partner of the UConn Huskies. Looking to plan a virtual or live event? Our team of experts can do it all. You can host your virtual event in our state-of-the-art studio, or we can come to you. And if you're planning your next live event, we have everything you need. From audio and video production to DJs and musicians, lighting and staging, photography and videography, decor and florals, and so much more. Whether it's virtual or live, start planning your next event with us. Go to powerstationevents.com.
Create a new outdoor living lifestyle with EA Quinn's innovative team of designers and skilled craftsmen. We build exceptional outdoor spaces and provide a seamless experience in exterior design. Visit eaquinn.com for more information.
UConn begins the Big East Tournament Wednesday at Brasco Park. Trying to play their way into the championship game on Saturday and try to win another Big East title. They also look to embark on their 7th consecutive trip to the NCAA tournament. It's a tune-up this weekend in non-conference against Maine. So far, so good for Connecticut. They put 13 on the board yesterday in a 13-4 win. They lead 10-3 here tonight as we go to the bottom of the 8th. And Maine goes to their 4th pitcher of the ball game. Right-hander Pierce Friedman takes the ball to begin the 8th.
A junior out of Swampscott, Massachusetts. Friedman, 10 appearances, 1-1 with an 8.56 earned run average. 13 2/3, 16 hits, 14 runs with 13 of those earned. He's walked 13, struck out 16, as opponents are hitting .296 against him.
He'll face Aiden Doherty, Grant MacArthur, and Matt Garbowski, the scheduled 3 for UConn. Doherty 1 for 4 today, and then MacArthur and Garbowski have been on base a whole lot. MacArthur will hit second this inning, on base all 4 plate appearances, and Garbowski 3 of his 4. Tommy Martin goes 2 innings, gives up 3 hits, 3 earned runs with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. Doherty looks at strike 1. Doherty hits the 0-1 pitch up in the air to shallow right center field. Zach Martin makes the catch, and there's 1 out. Doherty now 1 for 5 in the ball game. Well, let's see if MacArthur could keep his perfect night going. Hit by a pitch in the 2nd. He's singled in the 3rd, and he's walked in the 5th and the 6th.
Shotgun Spratling for D1Baseball.com did a nice write-up on the Huskies and the Black Bears last night. And he talked to head coach Nick Durba and just asked him about the series and what they're working on. He said defense was one of the things. He said we've kicked it around the last couple weeks. I think they played really good defense. The only 2 errors today were both on the pitcher, one on a pickoff throw, the other on a bunt. But everybody else in the field, boy, I think it's been pretty crisp defensively for the Black Bears.
Especially Miles Sargent at second base. It's not just the 2 hits he took away from Padilla, shaded up the middle. One of them a in-between kind of dive and catch. But it's gone up the middle on a couple of ground balls with good runners. Caleb Spur, actually twice.
I think Menzel's been really good as well. Going to that backhand side. He's made a couple sliding plays. Nice pickups on the backhand on 1-hoppers. Getting it on the short hop.
Friedman's a transfer from Stonehill. And back in 2022, he was among the lowest ERA holders in the NEC, leading the team in innings pitched for the Stonehill Skyhawks. Full count here on MacArthur. The 3-2. MacArthur's on base again. 3 walks to go along with being hit by a pitch in the 2nd and a single, so on base all 5 plate appearances.
Looks like Caden Suki will run for Grant MacArthur over at first. The last weekend we'll get to see Caden run. Well, maybe not. Maybe not the last weekend. He's going to get surgery next week on his elbow. And he's Saturday starter for the Huskies.
Here's Matt Garbowski, and he's been on base 3 of his 4 plate appearances. He waves and misses at a curve. Strike 1. Garbowski smoked a double to the right field wall, his first at bat back in the 2nd. He's walked a couple of times since. He scored a run in the 5th. The 0-1 yanked foul into the netting above first base side railing.
A final from State College. Xavier drops game 2, 7-6 to Penn State. So they've lost the first 2 games of that series. And it's getting closer and closer to having to win that conference tournament next week at Prasco for the Musketeers.
2 up and away. And of course, we continue to monitor Creighton and Georgetown tonight.
Georgetown just scored a run in the bottom of the 7th. It's 7-6 Creighton going to the top of the 8th. So Georgetown's hanging around, last place team in the conference.
Trying to play spoiler. And if Georgetown can, UConn would be the regular season champs outright and the #1 seed. Garbowski grounds it towards the hole. Sargent goes to second for 1. Bear throws to first. Dug out by Reynolds for 2. Nicely turned, really on 3 parts by that double play. Sargent to go get it. Made a strong throw to Bear. Bear got a quick throw off. It was a bit of a short one, and Reynolds picks it. 10-3 UConn as we go to the 9th. The Huskies look for the series win for the penultimate game of the regular season. Penultimate. I like that word.
I was driving to visit my friends, had my dog Max with me, then, out of nowhere, Alex from Travelers called me about my claim, but all I could think about was finding Max. So he helped get the word out.
We've got a lost dog alert. A brown and white Australian Shepherd mix. He goes by Max.
I can't thank Alex enough.
Back here in stores, you get a look at Sean Finn's strikeouts from last inning, utilizing the slider there. Go back to the slider here.
I got a feeling another slider's coming up.
And a third slider.
And he's out there for the 9th. Top of the order for Maine, trying to get right for the America East tournament, which they will host at Mahaney Park. And they begin Wednesday as well. Bryant, the regular season champs in the America East. 6 teams make it in the America East tournament. And there's a one-hopper to shortstop on the first pitch of the 9th. Rispoli handles it, and Bear is retired. 1 down.
Right now, Binghamton and NJIT are at 12 and 10 in the league, ahead of Maine, but obviously Maine has played a couple more games. You see this play from Rispoli. There's still that battle, Randy, for the last spot. UMBC and UMass Lowell, both 8 and 14 in the America East. One of those teams won't go.
The Retrievers and the Riverhawks. Is that right? They're the Retrievers, right?
Yes.
UMBC.
Well done.
Brady Rasmussen, halfway to the cycle with a triple and a double. He reached on an error and scored in the 5th. And he flew out to center field last time, but here he's down in the count. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch off the plate. 1-2.
Creighton has added to their lead. Matt Sherman, a solo shot in the top of the 8th. 8-6 Creighton, still top 8.
Then with a 1-2 pitch, and he goes upstairs with heat. A strikeout on a fastball. And UConn is 1 out away from another series win.
See him climb the ladder. Fastball from Finney. Randy, there's so much activity going on across the country, but the one thing that matters the most, UConn take care of business, and they've done so here tonight. 1 out left to go. Try and claim win number 35, matches their win total from last year.
And try to make it 22 out of 24. Another strong finish for the Hook C. Some impressive wins this year in non-conference, going 4-3 against the ACC. A couple of wins against Miami, a win against Vanderbilt as well in there, and a strike on a breaking ball to Dean O'Neill. North Carolina as well. Take care of business, boost the RPI, and just win. That's the name of the game this time of year. Swing and a miss, strike 2, and it's 1-2. And Finn can finish off the Black Bears right here. 10-3 UConn. looking to win the series and set up a chance for a sweep tomorrow on Senior Day in the series finale. The 1-2 pitch. A chopper to shortstop. Rispoli has it. He fires to first and UConn wins. Finn retires the side in order. Tommy Ellison set the tone with 7 terrific innings. He gets the win, allowing no earned runs on 7 hits with no walks and 8 strikeouts. Caruso and Finn combined to close it out. Caleb Spur hits 2 home runs tonight. UConn is into double figures in the run column again. The Huskies beat the Black Bears 10-3 behind a 14-hit attack tonight. Tyler Minnick hit his 20th home run of the season, part of a 3-home run attack to go along with Spurs' 2 bombs. And UConn improves to 35-19 on the year. Maine drops to 20-29. And tomorrow they close out the regular season on Senior Day. We'll be on the air at 1 o'clock on the Wax and UConn Plus with pregame ceremonies to honor the seniors beforehand. UConn with one more tune-up before the Big East tournament. And they're swinging it well here at home in this non-conference series against Maine. Final score, UConn 10, Maine 3. For Chris Jones, producers Noam Watt and Hayden Bernard, the entire outstanding crew. This is Randy Brochu thanking you for joining us, inviting you back tomorrow afternoon. But until then, so long from Stores.